Nebraska wrapped up their Tuesday practice here as they get ready to open up Big Ten play at Illinois on Saturday. Hi, Sean Callahan for HuskerOnline.com. We talked to defensive coordinator Eric Shannon, along with several different players and coaches here following practice. And one of the key topics of discussion continues to be how well Nebraska has forced turnovers. The Huskers have 9 through 3 games, which ranks 5th nationally.
I think, the guys are embracing the fact that that's important to our staff. It's important to the defensive staff, also important to the offensive staff. Coach Frost talks about taking care of the football and getting turnovers. We talk about getting turnovers a lot. We drill it, and I think the guys are embracing that. So I'm happy that that's happening. I hope it keeps happening. I don't want to, knock on wood. We don't talk about it too much in the media here, and then all of a sudden it stops. But that helps our football team tremendously.
The Huskers will be tested, though, more this week as Illinois will come at them with running back Reggie Corbin, who is regarded as one of the top in the conference.
Yeah, I think he's, and I don't watch the teams that we're not playing, so I haven't seen the film. But I know there's a couple other good running backs in the league, but I think he's right there with all of them. I mean, he's a really, really good football player. He can cut on a dime. He's fast. He's hard to tackle. He can do a lot of things in the pass game, and they do a nice job of, when there's 2 backs in the backfield, not just getting him the football and making the other guy the back, but he'll go block willingly and lead block for the other guy too. So he poses some scheme issues, and he's a very, very talented young man.
In this conference, you got to be able to stop the run. There's a lot of good running backs. There's a lot of good offensive linemen. So now that we're in conference play, everything's amped up just a little bit more for us now. So our D-line knows that today they know that they got to get out there and they got to hit the sled that much harder, run to the football that much harder, because it's not going to be easy, especially going on the road and trying to win a game, no matter what opponent we have in this conference.
Through 3 games, Nebraska's defensive line has also produced 51 quarterback pressures, which are hurries, sacks, and hits combined, averaging 17 per game, and that number has made life on the back end for Travis Fisher and his guys a lot easier.
Yeah, the credit goes to those guys. The credit goes to the guys in front of those the secondary. All the credit goes to those guys, and without those guys, the back end, won't be allowed to make those plays that they're making, and so the credit, it starts there, and they're doing a great job of getting to the quarterback, and practice habits are awesome, and it just makes the back end, play even harder, go even harder, because those guys are some dogs up front.
So is that split second? I mean, that just simple pressure right there, does that make up the split second for Lamar?
That half a second is huge. If we can get that quarterback to pump that ball or hold that ball a half a second longer, and that's that half a second we need to get in coverage, is that half a step it took, Lamar was to get the PBU on that ball. He had 4, I think, in the game, but a lot of credit because of the line.
Yeah, they've been really good. Up front, it's a veteran group. It's a group that knows how to work, and it's a really talented group as well. They're able to play in the blocks and really play the run well, but they also generate a pass rush at the same time. So they've been really, really good to start the season.
The addition of Darian Daniels has been a big factor as well.
Well, I think he's obviously a 340-pound man that it's really hard to block, really hard to move, but he's also pretty bouncy. So when he's running, twists and games and all those kind of things, he can move like a 280-pound guy. So he's very quick, very aggressive, and he's stout at the point of attack. And for a big guy, he can rush the passer too. So I think he's difficult to handle.
Besides going on the road, the challenge this week will just be getting ready and staying mentally focused for a night game. This will be week 2 of 3 in a row Nebraska will play at night.
The last time we had a night game was obviously last week. So, we have meetings and stuff. We get moving around. It's nice to watch a couple football games because you don't get to do that a lot when you have afternoon or morning games. So it's nice to, hang out for 2 or 3 hours, watch some games, hang out with the guys, and just kind of get ready for the game. But, nothing too, you don't try to you got to flip the switch when you're ready. You can't just be amped up all day like I am, so I'm trying to learn how to do that.
That's not normally the issue, is getting amped up. I think it's just, honestly, you kind of just get bored and you kind of just get a little bit anxious. I think that's the better word for it. So, I've been playing football my whole life. I don't get a very good answer for how you pass time on a night game. It's tough.
And finally, a lot of players talked about it yesterday, but once again, we heard more today that just getting that first road win for Scott Frost is a big deal.
Yeah, we just talked about that after practice, how we haven't won a road game under Frost, so it's a big precedent right now, precedent issue on our minds, so we're focused, ready to roll.
Still no word, though, on the injury status of both left tackle Brandon Hymas and safety Cam Taylor-Britt, who left the game against Northern Illinois with injuries. Reporting here with the Nebraska football team in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.